Now that we've reviewed how the real-time operating center can use event operations to respond to a certain event, let's overview how a performance engineer could take the notification from the real-time desk and then initiate and execute a root cause analysis all in event operations. We'll start with step one, where we open the notification email and navigate directly to the application. Now, if I'm a performance engineer and I received the notification from the real-time desk from the previous workflow, I should have something in my inbox that looks like this with the message that the operator sent me along with the SOP document that he or she may have attached. And I have this handy link, which I can then open up event operations directly from there. When event operations opens up, I'm just going to turn on an automatic refresh mode on so you can see the event that was notified to me shows up. All the other events are filtered out. Now, if I'm a performance engineer, I might be curious to see if this alarm is specifically present in more than just one instance. So I'm going to clear my object filter here. And again, I'm just going to search for any gearbox oil-based event and hit search. And from there, I should see, again, a long list of these that could be all related. This may trigger me that this is a reoccurring event that needs a larger investigation, a larger RCA. From there, I can use things like labels to multi-select a series of these events and give it a visual identification. So labels are quite handy for that. So if I click bulk actions, add edit labels, I'm going to tag each one of these events with an RCA label and hit save. This will give anybody that's using event operations just a easy hashtag to see that there's an RCA ongoing with these events. You can additionally use our label search filter to just search and filter out certain events that have a certain label. Now that we've labeled all the events in which require an RCA, let's go ahead and initiate the case process through our case creation wizard here in step 3 and 4. To create the case of all the events we just labeled as RCA needed events, we can use our mouse and our keyboard to hold down shift-click, select all these events. You can see that this is confirmed in the top right where we have 5 events chosen. And through our bulk actions interface, say create case. This will open up our creation wizard, which is a step-by-step guide on how to create the case. It's already pre-populated with a suggested description. I'm going to make that a lot more simple here. And we'll call this an RCA for gearbox oil. Already, the assets and the events that I've selected are attached to this case. I can then categorize this. If this is an RCA, I probably want to categorize it as an engineering case. I can give a priority to it and a status. So I'll leave it on assign for now. I can then go to the next step in assigning it. Let's say I have a certain engineer I want to assign this to, called engineer A. I can select that user. And then the inform step, this is to subscribe anybody in the organization that you want to get automatic email updates about something going on with this case. So for example, I might want to subscribe that same engineer who I just assigned it to all potential updates whenever somebody adds a comment or changes the category or changes the status of the case, they will get an email update. So I'm going to add this. I'm also going to add myself actually, just so I can get a case subscription email and hit add. And then I'm going to save this case. So you can see that the case has been saved and each one of these events has a nice little icon that it's now associated with the case. As I click it, you can drill into the case expansion and see the case directly here. Now that I've created my RCA case, I want to add individual work tasks that I need to do to perform the RCA and then attach supported documentation and my final RCA results to the case so the rest of the organization can access it from event operations. To begin to edit my case, I can either select this and select Go To from the Events view, or I can navigate directly to my Cases tab here. You can see this RCA gearbox oil is the case that we created in the previous step. This has several different expansions along with an activity log which tracks all the updates to the case itself, including all the events that were attached on the original case. From there, I'm an engineer. I need to perform, let's say, a temperature analysis study, and I want to add a task to myself. So I'm going to click Add New on Tasks and say Temperature analysis, past 30 days. Give it a description, a status. I can assign it to an engineer or myself, and a priority, and even an estimated due date so that someone can get notified if a task is upcoming to be due. So I hit save from there, and this task is now created in the system, and you can see who it's been assigned to and the name in the description. Now let's say I go off and I use the trend tool or use other applications of Bayesial or outside of Bayesial to do the study, and I've compiled my results in an actual RCA document. I want to click completed on this task and just upload a document for my RCA results. So from there, I can basically add a document through the expansion itself, access my file system, and upload my RCA results. This will save the document to Event Operations, and now the asset manager associated with this site can download the RCA directly from Event Operations and can close the case as needed if it is sufficient and that the root cause has been addressed.